All right, we would like to welcome back Gossamer Bio. They're a San Diego-based biotech company focused on developing a drug which is currently in phase 3 for the treatment of PAH, a deadly rare disease. Happy to welcome back CFO and COO Bryan Giraudo. Welcome back, Bryan. What's your update today?
My update is one, we're thrilled to be here. Things with our phase 3 clinical study for seralutinib for the treatment of pulmonary arterial hypertension are going quite well. The reception around the globe by key opinion leaders and investigators has been extremely robust. We finished a very, very big fall clinical conference season, culminating with presentations of continued data for the study, which is driving enrollment. We continue to believe that we'll have enrollment in the study completed most likely early second quarter of next year, with full results in the fourth quarter of 2025. And I think what's really been fascinating is that where Wall Street has been very focused on some of our competitors and they're doing, specifically a drug called Winrevair for Merck. Merck reported their numbers today. The drug appears to be doing well, but we're feeling in the marketplace as folks are having the conversation, do I put a patient in the Gossamer phase 3 study for their drug seralutinib? Do I put them on the Merck drug that was launched? As we've talked in the past, the Merck drug has some side effect and some safety issues. We're feeling just a fantastic reception all around the globe, but especially in the geographies where the Merck drug has been approved, specifically the United States and Germany. So everything is on track. The study is running fabulously well. And I'll just remind viewers, PAH is a chronic disease. There is no cure, but what patients and doctors are yearning for are therapies that can be very easily administered, very well tolerated, and have long-term efficacy. Our drug is delivered via dry powder inhaler. Others are done via a tablet or, in the case of the Merck drug, an injection. And to date, what we continue to be excited about is our patients from our phase 2 study that continued on drug after the study finished nearly 2 years ago, not only are remaining on drug because it's so safe and tolerable, but they are having real world benefit and efficacy. I've been around the globe on 4 continents in the last 5 weeks visiting doctors, and there's certainly a universal view, which is when it comes to the treatment of patients with PAH, seralutinib is that ideal therapy because I know I can keep my patients on it for a very long period of time and don't have to worry about safety issues. Said differently, everyone in the street is focused on sotatercept. The clinical market's focused on our drug seralutinib. As they say, with seralutinib, we know when the tolerability plateaus very early. You have a little cough. We haven't seen the efficacy plateau. With the Merck drug that just said that they did $145 million of revenue in the quarter, they know when the efficacy plateaus, but they don't know when the safety does. It's a great setup for our phase 3 and an even better setup for commercialization once we are on the market.
Fantastic. So how are you thinking about the future of the PAH market? How does seralutinib play into that market?
What we see is it's going to be kind of bookends. You have endothelin receptor agonists and PD5s, drugs like tadalafil, sildenafil that we know from previous iterations in erectile dysfunction that are used in PAH. As we know, those are going generic. On the other end of the bookend, you have prostacyclins from companies like United Therapeutics. Very good drugs, but have significant tolerability issues. There is this great opportunity in what we call functional class 2 or functional class 3 patients, patients that are sick, but don't necessarily want to go on the really tough medicines. It's going to be a battle between ourselves and Merck. Given our efficacy, given our safety, what the clinical community is saying is that they're going to want to start patients on seralutinib earlier. They're going to want to hold them on drug for an extended period of time. And so far, it appears, again, in clinical studies, that you can have multi-years of treatment with our drug versus about 12 to 14 months with Merck. I think in the long term, you will see seralutinib as the backbone for therapy. The Merck drug, a very good drug, but held in reserve for when patients' disease flares or after 5-6 years, they need a new therapy because seralutinib has run its course. Remember, this drug, the drugs in this space cost about $350,000 to $400,000 a year. So the revenue per patient when it comes to a seralutinib patient, that longevity because of our treatment duration becomes very, very valuable to shareholders.
I bet. So why did you choose Chiesi as a partner?
Chiesi.
Is that what you say it?
Yes.
Chiesi. Okay.
Yes.
What do they bring to the table?
So Chiesi is one of the oldest and largest pulmonology and cardiology pharmaceutical concerns in the European Union. While we're a highly ambitious little company based in San Diego, California, commercializing in the European Union and other geographies would be a little tough. Why not go to one of the oldest companies, 85 years of history, probably one of the most profitable pharmaceutical companies on the globe, who have the relationships and the infrastructure to take our drug to pulmonologists and cardiologists in the European Union. Coupled with the fact they're a family-owned business, their return on investment when it comes to seralutinib exactly mirrors our executive team and our shareholders' desires as well. So a great fusion of financial and patient ambition.
And last question, talk about any progress in the going phase 3, including site activation.
All the sites are absolutely open around the globe in 31 countries. Our last country, which was Ireland, opened last week. So we got the net fully out there for patients that are coming in. We are right on track where we want to be from an enrollment perspective. If anything, we're starting to see momentum accelerate.
Wonderful. And real quick, if you can detail the enrollment for the study, how many people? What's the term?
350 patients. And we expect to finish enrollment, as I said, most likely early Q2, roughly about 160 sites around the globe.
Perfect. All right, Bryan. Well, thank you for this update. Congrats on all the progress.
Great to see you guys. Thanks for having us.
All right. We'll see you again soon. We'll be right back.
Bye.